Whether you want to accept it or not, COVID-19 has created a completely different job economy, career economy, profession economy, however you want to call it. It's a completely different world, completely different job market. Again, think about this for a second. When COVID-19 happened, it forced so many companies to completely change the way that they were doing business, the way that they were doing things. So you need to start asking yourself, well, what am I doing to kind of prepare for this? But a lot of people don't even realize, but again, COVID has created a whole new different job economy that we've never seen before, but it's not going back to the way it used to be. If you're still waiting for things at work to go back the way they used to be before COVID, then you're just stuck in the past. And unfortunately, you're going to get left behind because these companies are starting to now put things together and put pieces to the puzzle together. So here's a couple things as to what COVID-19 has really created within this new job economy. So as I previously mentioned, the first thing is COVID forced a lot of these companies to create completely different new systems in place. So for example, COVID made a lot of companies, because COVID allowed companies that they couldn't even have as many staffing as they used to have to run the business efficiently. In the very beginning, it hurt and crippled a lot of companies. It really did. But eventually, as they started realizing that, okay, this COVID-19 thing, people wearing masks, being social distance, hand sanitizer, this is got to be slowly the new way of life a little bit. So we're going to have to figure out a way to keep our business going. I'm not sure if you all realize this, but one big example of this is the grocery stores. Every single retail grocery store has at least double, if not triple, the self-checkouts that they used to have. Well, that's simply because COVID forced them that they had to cut half of their staff. Now with the half of the staff that they used to have, everybody couldn't work around the same times they used to because everybody has to be social distance. Plus, not all stores had the same hours. They had reduced hours because of COVID. You had a lot less people even doing grocery shopping because of COVID. A lot of people weren't going out. So it created to a system to where now companies had to figure something out. But now companies are starting to realize, oh, you know what? I actually don't need as many employees as I thought that I needed. I actually can still get by. When I used to have 100 employees and now I went down to 50 because of COVID, yeah, okay, maybe I might add another 5 or 10, but I don't need the same 100 that I used to need now that we have this new system in place. A lot of you all now are in positions to where you're working from home. So again, these are all new systems that's been created. So this is why it's important to have the mentality of being a corporate America boss and being a boss within yourself, because simply being, changes are happening. So the question is, where will you be in terms of the rankings with the company that you work at now or the company you may work at in the future with these new changes? The second thing that this new economy has created because of COVID-19 is that companies now value more quality employees and they don't need as many employees as they used to. So now because of that, you're not even going to have the option to, or the options potentially to go to so many other different companies and apply here. A lot of people have the mentality of, well, if they don't do what I say, or I don't like it here, I'm going to just quit and I'm going to go find something else. It's easy to find something else. Yeah, but now the standards for these companies might be a lot different now because now they don't need as many employees. So if I'm going to have to pay employees, if I'm going to have to pay payroll, medical expenses, dental expenses, if I'm going to have to pay these benefits and these expenses as a company, I want to make sure I have the top quality individuals. Before COVID, a lot of companies would just have individuals in certain spots just because they needed a body. But now they have automatic systems that kind of took away a lot of that. So now their main focus is quality individuals. The third thing that this new economy has created is so many remote work from home opportunities. So many. So now because of that, again, companies need less staffing. So if you're not of a certain quality, if you're not of a certain brand, if you don't have a corporate America boss mentality and mindset of being a boss within yourself and making yourself stand out from everybody else, not doing what everybody else is doing, not being like the average, stop having the mindset of being average and just doing it for your own accountability, your own brand within yourself, then unfortunately, you won't have as many opportunities as you used to have. And quite frankly, the companies don't owe you nothing. They really don't, because they got hit big time just as much as you got hit big time personally when this whole COVID situation happened. And because of work from home, it's actually helping a lot of companies save money because they're not spending as much as they did on rent, because a lot of companies now are reducing the office space that they used to have because they don't need as many people. They might only have you come in once or twice a week or once or twice a month to the actual office. Other than that, they have everything done now, work from home remotely. If anything, they only really need a room, a lot of these companies now, just for the systems and the tech room that all the company's infrastructure, computer systems and databases using for their employees to be work from home. But they're saving money big time on this. So you really have to think, again, you can't come into this new economy with the same mindset. I'm just going to do just enough just so I can get by. I'm going to do just enough so I don't get fired. Well, it ain't even about of just not getting fired now. There won't be as many opportunities elsewhere. And if you're not focusing on developing certain skills, if you're not bringing a certain different brand or certain value to the company that separates yourself from everybody else, unfortunately, this economy is not going to be in your favor, and you're going to have a very, very rough time in terms of employment, in terms of career professions, in terms of anything that you want to do. It's just the way that it is. If you really think about it, the same way how when the Great Depression happened and now so many different industries changed after that, so many different companies came after that, this is about to be one of those times that we're going to look back on in a documentary on Netflix probably 5, 10, 15 years from now, even if Netflix even in existence by then. But again, this is a whole new economy now. So if this is a whole new economy, you have to be a whole different individual. You got to bring more now. Be a boss within yourself. Again, corporate America boss is not just about so you can say I'm the CEO of the company. It's more so being a CEO of yourself, being a boss within yourself. You have to bring more. You have to do more. The days of just getting by just off the bare minimum are done. It's over with. Don't be just an employee. Become a corporate America boss.